Hi, welcome back to our online class. Today we shall continue with our lesson 1, part number 7. And this is the concluding part of our lesson 1. So what are we doing here today? Well, today we're going to take a look at a chart that I have prepared. And to help you better understand the 4 ontological questions, all right, let's take a look at what are the 4 ontological questions real quick, all right? So here we go. The first question is, what is the origin of life? Where did life come from? Number 2, what is the purpose of life? Why am I here? Number 3, what is morality? How do I know what is right from wrong? And finally, what is my destiny? What happens to me when I die? Is there anything after this life? All right, so those are the 4 ontological questions. Now what we need to do is look into the 3 big categories of worldview, and that is, you have naturalism or atheism. The opposite is pantheism. And in the middle, balancing, is theism. All right? So, we will try to find the answer to those 4 ontological questions from these 3 worldviews. So, take a look at the Google Doc right now. You can open it up. Go to your Google Classroom as you're watching this video, or at least listening to me. At the same time, I want you to fill in the chart, the table that I have in the Google Doc. All right? So, let's begin. All right, beginning with the first question, and that is the origin of life. How would naturalist or naturalism or atheism or atheists try to answer that? Well, I think you know that, right? You hear that a lot in the National Geographic Channel, Discovery Channel. They always talk about some 13 billion years ago when the Big Bang happened, all right? And then we have all this periodic table coming up with all those elements and matter and all kinds of things started, including time, all right? So, it all happened from the Big Bang. And from there, evolution took over and life began on this planet, and we have the beginning of life. Now, looking at the second question, the purpose of life. So, what would an atheist describe? What is his purpose? Well, basically, to survive. Remember, survival of the fittest? That's what Charles Darwin came up with. So the animal that is the fittest will survive. Anyone who is not will disappear, all right? Will become extinct. And so our work, our job as human is to survive. And so we do that through inventing technology, tools, medicine to prolong our lives. All right? So our purpose over here is to make life better. How we can live a better life. That's our purpose. Leave our legacy behind, leave something better for our generations to enjoy. What is morality? How do an atheist would derive what is right from wrong? Well, this is interesting. Usually, they will go by the majority. If the entire population decides that abortion is legal, it should be okay, it should be legalized, why not? All right? So, according to atheists, something that was maybe illegal 50 years ago could now become legal, because as time changes, people's mind changes, the morality, right from wrong, may change. Think about that. All right? And finally, question number 4, destiny. What do naturalists say? Where do they go when they die? Well, for them, when you die, game over. Yes, that's it. There's nothing to look forward to. Something that went wrong in this life, you cannot make it right in the life to come. No such thing. There's no heaven, there's no hell, no angels, no God. You live this life. When you die, you leave behind your memories and your legacies. That's it. Okay, so that's the top part of the table with the 4 questions, and you have the answers from the naturalist point of view. Now let's take a look at what do pantheists say. Now they're the opposite of naturalist, okay? What would they say? Where did life come from? What is the purpose? What is the morality and destiny? All right, so let's take a look at life. Well, to a pantheist, life actually was not created at any time. It was always there. It's simply reincarnated. Like naturalists would say evolve, they would say reincarnate. All right? We kept reincarnating. That's how I am here today. How did Merle come about today? Right here, right now? It's because of what he did in his past life. That determined what I should be in this life. All right, question number 2. What is my purpose? Well, my purpose is to live a good life, follow the law of the universe, follow what is right, do the good karma meaning works, action, so that I can come back in a better form next life. In Hinduism, they have something called caste system. And so they believe that when you do good work in this life, hopefully in the next life, you'll come back in a better, higher caste. All right? So that's their purpose, is to make sure that their karma is good, their actions are good, so that it will bring in their next life, they will have something better. What is the morality? How do they know what is right from wrong? Well, pantheists believe, remember pantheist means God everywhere. God is even within myself. God lives within myself. All right? This is the reason why the Hindus, the Buddhists, they like to why. Why do they why? This one hand and the other hand represents something. Did you know that? Okay. One represents my physical body and the other one represents my spiritual, my Atman. All right. They together bow at you. All right. Because you have an Atman, I have an Atman, we are actually equal, so we need to respect each other. Okay. So if there is a God within me, who tells me what is right and wrong? I decide. All right? This is the reason why a lot of pantheistic society, people will make their own judgment as to what is right and wrong. You don't tell me that this is wrong. No, I think this is right and I'll do it. All right? You don't come and tell me that it is wrong, because I have my Atman in here in me, and my Atman, which could be conscience, is telling me that this is right to do, and I'm going to do that. And what is their destiny? Well, their destiny is obviously to end this cycle. You see, coming back again and again is not really a good thing. All right, because every time you come back in any form, whether an animal or human or plants or insects, there is always pain and suffering and disappointments. Okay? And so you want to end this cycle. That's what Buddha did. He gave us his teaching that if you follow this, you may be able to end your cycle. And when you end your cycle, where do you go? You actually exist no more. You don't exist. You are in Nibbana, nirvana, meaning nothingness. All right? You're no more. No more is a good thing. Why? Because then there is no more pain and no more suffering. Okay? And so that is their goal. Now let's take a look at a theistic point of view. Theistic is the Bible point of view. All right. What would the Bible say? And of course, this is very easy for you because you have been in EIS, so you know. So, Bible would say the life came because of God's creation. God created Adam and Eve. He created the animals. So, God's creation, created by a God. So, we are creation, and He's the creator. Number 2, what is the purpose? What was the purpose of Adam and Eve in the first place? God created them so that He could have a fellowship, a relationship with them. God creates His creation so that He can come into His creation and have fellowship and friendship and relationship. He wanted us to be like His friend, be His partner. All right? And that's what He wanted. Until today, it's our purpose to have that relationship with God. All right? Number 3, how do we know what is right from wrong? Well, the Bible is a spotlight. The Bible is a light unto my feet, as David said. All right? So the Bible tells us what is right from wrong. The 10 Commandments is there, those principles. It doesn't matter what majority thinks. All right? It doesn't matter what time we are living in. If Bible says this is wrong, it's wrong. All right? That's how people who are theistic will derive their moral compass based on the Bible, the scripture from God. And number 4, what is our destiny? Yes, this life is not good. So we look forward to the next life. And so when we die, we believe that when Jesus comes back, He will resurrect us. Now, resurrect is different from reincarnation. Resurrect is like the reverse process of death. How we died, but then He reverses it and He brings us back again. It's like going backwards, playing the tape backwards. So we died, but He brings us back again to life. For what? So that we can be then taken to heaven to live with Him where there is no more pain, suffering, or death. All right? So these are the 4 ontological questions that we looked at from the 4 main categories of worldviews. And I hope as you were listening to me, you were also filling up the table. And once you're done, you can now turn it in and leave the Google Classroom. Now remember, I'm always in Google Classroom. If you need to ask any question or need clarification, please don't hesitate to voice out in Google Meet. All right? So, till then, have a nice day, and I'll see you on our next video. All right? Bye.